5 Morning Habits for a Mindful Awakening. Why is the morning the most decisive moment of the day? Each morning, when you first open your eyes, something extraordinary is happening that few people notice. Your mind is like a blank sheet of paper, untouched by any line of thought, worry, or chaotic news. In that half-awake, half-dreaming state, your brain operates mostly in alpha and theta waves, gentle, deep frequencies that connect directly to the subconscious. This is the golden moment to reprogram yourself, planting pure seeds into your mind, from thoughts and emotions to your life energy. If, in the first moments after waking, you choose to focus on positivity, listen to yourself, breathe slowly, and be fully present, your mind will be supported by a solid foundation for the rest of the day. But if you open your eyes only to grab your phone, scroll through messages, social media, and negative news, you are allowing the outside world to program your mind instead of doing it yourself. The difference between a mindful person and an unconscious person each morning: a mindful person doesn't start the day with the sound of an alarm followed by a frantic rush. They don't leap out of bed as if being chased. They begin with a moment of slowing down, breathing deeply, listening to the body, and setting an intention for the day, even if it's just for 1 minute. An unconscious person often starts with repetitive habits, turning on their phone, checking accounts, scrolling through the news. These small actions silently plant seeds of stress, comparison, anxiety, and control, carrying that mental state throughout the day. The difference is not about what time you wake up, but how you face that first moment of the day. The mindful person chooses to consciously create their energy. The unconscious person is pulled along by the current of external events. Why morning habits can change your karma. The human brain has an interesting trait called neuroplasticity, meaning it can change and rewire itself continuously based on repeated habits, experiences, and thoughts. This means morning habits, if repeated daily, can reshape your mindset, emotions, and even your character. In many spiritual traditions, the morning is seen as a gateway between the physical world and the depths of the inner self. Monks and masters often wake early to meditate, recite sutras, or walk in silence, not because it's a ritual, but because they understand that morning energy is the purest, most flexible, and most transformative. From a spiritual perspective, if you begin your day with gratitude, love, and mindfulness, you are planting wholesome seeds of karma from the very first moment. If you start with anger, haste, or complaint, you are repeating the same old cycle. Morning habits are when you choose the person you will become, and that choice, repeated daily, can change your destiny. So, if you want to change your life, start with the morning. If you are looking for a turning point, a healing journey, or a deeper awakening in life, you don't have to change everything at once. You only need to change the way you begin each morning. Morning is when the doors of consciousness are most open and ready to receive something new. And it is there that you can plant seeds for a day full of light and a life that awakens little by little. 5 Morning Habits for a Mindful Mind. 1. Wake up in silence and don't touch your phone right away. The moment you open your eyes is the purest moment of the day, when your mind has not yet been pulled away by information, reactions, or expectations. Grabbing your phone immediately as an unconscious habit puts you in a reactive state, where the outside world dictates your emotions. Instead, give yourself the first 5 minutes in silence. No scrolling, no replying, no jumping out of bed. Simply lie still. Keep your eyes closed for a few more seconds. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and smile. You don't need to control the day ahead. Just step into it with presence. 2. Practice meditation or conscious breathing for 5 to 10 minutes. You don't need to sit in formal meditation. Just spending 5-10 minutes returning to your breath is already a great gift for your brain and nervous system. When you meditate, or simply sit still and breathe consciously, you're sending a signal of safety to your whole body. There is no danger. I'm allowed to relax. A few simple ways to begin. 4, 7, 8. Breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. Breath counting. Count from 1 to 10 with each breath cycle. Body scan. Bring attention to different parts of your body as you inhale and exhale. Just 5 minutes, and your mind will begin to settle. All you need is to be present with what is happening. When you return to your breath, you are returning home. 3. Keep a mindful journal. Writing each morning is a form of inner cleansing, helping you release the knots in your mind while planting seeds of gratitude and conscious living in your subconscious. 2 common ways to write. Gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for this morning. For example, I'm grateful I'm still breathing, grateful for the morning light, grateful for my healthy body. Free writing. Write down anything that is present in your mind without editing or overthinking. Writing helps you hear the voice within instead of being swept away by the noise outside. You can also write a mindful intention for the day as a small personal commitment. Writing is your way of conversing with your soul in the language of the heart. 4. Drink warm water and connect with nature. After a long night, your body is dehydrated, and your brain needs oxygen and natural light to function at its best. Drinking a glass of warm water in the morning not only cleanses your body but can also become a mindful act if you do it slowly and with awareness. Don't just drink, feel it. This water is nourishing me. I am being renewed. If possible, step onto the balcony or open the window to let the breeze touch your skin. Let the sunlight kiss your eyelids. Let the scent of leaves and grass slip into your breath. You don't need to go far. Just find a point of connection with nature. Nature always operates in awareness, and when you touch it, you awaken that same frequency within yourself. Live like the morning, fresh, gentle, and unhurried. 5. Listen to a piece of healing sound or a spiritual reminder. Sound is one of the most subtle tools for transforming energy. The morning is when sound seeps deeply into your subconscious, resetting your vibration for the entire day. You can choose meditation, music, or alpha wave tracks. Positive affirmations, a short prayer or sutra, or your own voice, reading a heartfelt reminder. You don't need to play it loudly. Just let it resonate like a blessing for your presence in this life. The right frequency opens the right door for your soul. Once you understand why the morning is such a pivotal time, and you have these 5 helpful habits in hand, the next question is, how do you turn them into a living ritual that truly fits you? The key is not in doing all 5 steps, but in creating a sacred space, a space where you return to yourself each morning. Mindfulness does not require you to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for 30 minutes, and write 4 pages in your journal. If you're starting from 0, just 5 minutes with a simple habit is already a precious step forward. For example, Week 1. Simply breathe slowly and stay off your phone for 5 minutes. Week 2. Add writing down 1 thing you're grateful for each morning. Week 3. Begin listening to a healing track while drinking water. All habits are formed through a cycle of repetition, feeling, attachment. If you keep at it for 21 to 40 days, your brain will begin associating the habit with feelings of safety, comfort, happiness, and you won't want to give it up anymore. There's no single formula that works for everyone. Each person is a unique energy structure, with different personalities, tendencies, and needs. Choose your morning ritual based on the type of person you are, so it feels natural and is easier to maintain in the long term. If you're emotionally oriented, prioritize writing, listening to music, praying, or reading inspiring passages. If you're physically oriented, add light yoga, stretching, or mindful walking. If you're analytically oriented, you might read an inspiring book excerpt, listen to a podcast, or set goals with affirmations. A sacred morning ritual doesn't need to look like anyone else's. It just needs to be authentic to you and nourish the deepest part of your being. Sometimes we try to wake up early and build new habits, but we easily fall into mechanical routines because we forget why we're doing them. You don't wake up early just to be more productive. You don't meditate just to reduce stress. You don't journal just to follow a trend. You do these things because you're remembering who you truly are. Because you want to live a life with direction, light, and inner depth. Because you're returning to mindfulness after too many days of living like a machine. Write down a sentence, a reminder, or a symbolic image, and attach it to your morning ritual. Something that tells you, I wake up today not just to exist. I wake up to live deeply, to sow goodness, and to become the best version of myself. Finally, every morning, you stand between two worlds, what has passed and what is coming. Between what is known and what is yet to unfold. Between dream and reality. And right at that intersection, you can choose to live by old habits or by new awareness, to react to what others want or to act from your own heart, to begin the day as an obligation or as the birth ceremony of life itself. A mindful person doesn't need to have everything. They just need to begin their morning with presence, love, and conscious choice. Because when you change the way you start your day, you are quietly changing your entire life.